Hey all, I'm Melinda and welcome to Raining in My Dystonia. Yeah, he's so helpful, isn't he? it's cold. I was hoping to be riding today, but it's cold. It's cold and a little windier than I prefer. And where are you going? I'm sitting out in the front yard. They're grazing in the front yard, and I'm sitting out here watching them because shit gets broken when they're out here. I think usually from Smokey, he's the one that's into everything. Oh look, there's Manny coming to see us. Hi Manny. Hey buddy. Well, that's progress. Hey buddy. Hi. Hi. That's good. He actually came to find me. That's really good. That's not what I did in the video. I'm surprised he came to see me. Oh, he's gonna come closer. Hi, bud. Hey. Okay. Anyway, today, I wanted to talk a little bit dystonic storms. Dystonic storms, dystonia storms. I'm gonna post something to find out more about them from people who have had more. But these dystonic storms, that sounds bad. That sounds bad, doesn't it? And it usually is bad. I remember seeing one time that in order for it to actually be called a storm, it generally ended you up in the hospital. But then I see people who don't end up in the hospital or don't end up in the ER that say they had a storm or something. Anyway, I don't know a lot about them, so I need to learn a little bit from the people who actually have them. But I did experience what I would call a dystonic storm once when I busted my femur. I talked about it in my first video about my busted femur. I talked about this thing that I would probably call a storm. Because when I busted my femur, I busted my right femur. But after I busted it and I got into the hospital, after I came off the good drugs from the ambulance ride, my left hip started spasming. So I busted the right one, then the left one would spasm. When the left one would spasm, the right one would I would scream out in pain because it hurt the right one so much, the busted one. There wasn't a bed in the hospital, so I spent the night in the ER. So I feel sorry for anybody who was in the ER that night. Because every time I moved just a little bit, I would scream in pain because of that busted femur. And then so when my left leg would spasm, what I would call a storm, then that would hurt. That would make the other one move and hurt. It was just so much pain. So much fucking pain. Don't ever break a femur. That's my advice. Don't ever break your femur. Anyway, I would call that a storm, what I had. And it lasted, that thing in my left hip, with my left hip spasming, probably lasted, I'm thinking at least 4 days. So the slightest movement in that would cause pain in the right one, in the busted one. So I at one point I was afraid it was a new spasm a new dystonic spasm that was going to stay. I was terrified that was going to stay, that my left hip was always going to spasm like that. So I was going through a lot, let alone, yeah, let's add one more thing. New dystonia symptom. Yay! But thankfully it did go away. So it was just brought on by the stress of the busted femur situation. So that was an experience. I would maybe call it a dystonic storm, but other people that have had dystonic storms may disagree. I don't know. Maybe it was just an episode. I don't know. Anyway, I will see what else I can learn about dystonic storms, so that I can maybe help other people learn what they are. We can all learn together. Doesn't that sound like fun? I'm so amazed he's just standing here by me. It really makes me happy. Anyway, thanks y'all. So this is this dystonic storms. Sorry, this dystonic is dystonia and dystonic is hard for a person with dystonia that affects her mouth to say. Anyway, thanks y'all.